But does anybody ask the white people in South Africa? Is it every white person in South Africa or every non-black person in South Africa that has their papers?
But you see, that's what you don't understand. Much and much is not going to go to areas where white people are and advocate for white people. We're not a voice for white people.
No, I'm not saying advocate.
I'm trying to make you understand how we end up it looking like black on black.
Right.
So remember, we are black people. We are in black people areas. We talk about things that affect black people. So tuck shops and these killings of children wasn't happening with white people. It was happening to us as black people, right? So when we advocate for those children that have passed away, we don't care whether it's being done by pink, orange or green people. We care about the source of the problem. So if the source of the problem is Pakistanis, Somalians, Ethiopians and whatever, that's who we're going to deal with. Right now we go to these factories that are exploiting people, that are working overnight and doing that. Those are Chinese. We still don't say, oh no, you're Chinese. We're not.
Have you been to Chinese factories?
Several times. I can even show you pictures of myself going to Chinese shops with the police.
Please share them with me when
I'll show you now.
Yeah.
So we go there with the police. We say like, okay, these people are undocumented. We've dealt with plenty of Pakistanis, Somalians who don't have documents. It's not an issue of just black people and us fighting with black people as some people like to perpetuate. It's absolutely not. Like I keep saying, this issue is not an issue of skin color. It's an issue of documents.
But it's black people that are mostly being affected, Jacinta.
Well, that's because it's majority of them that are here undocumented. There's nothing we can do about that.
But nobody's documenting, nobody's releasing any. In fact, as you rightly said, if there is no data for the black people coming in, surely then there can't be any data, or at least accurate data for the white people coming in.
But you see, that's where you keep
even all the Chinese.
But that's why you keep missing my point. I'm repeating the point. You see here, we are in Chinese shops. That's me. You can see me personally dealing there with Chinese and Pakistanis and Somalians. I'll look for more of them.
I'm waiting for it to download.
And I'll show you. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not a skin color thing. It's a are you documented thing. And the reason there's more black people who are undocumented is because more of them are coming in undocumented. You understand? And as you can see, those Malawians that are over there, they can't afford to live here. Do you understand? So where are they going to live? They're going to live in those poor communities where there's poor black people. So they are the ones that are going to be complaining about them being getting what they need. Because remember, when those Malawians are going to hospital, I'm talking about those particular ones, because
the ones outside,
they go to hospitals where there's other black people. So who ends up not having medication, which is something we've been suffering from all along now. There's not enough medication. There's not enough beds. There is not enough space for people to go. So you can't make it seem as if this is a race thing. It's a struggle for resources, which is what I always say. And South Africa does not have enough resources for South Africans. Then comes Malawians who are having problems with their own government. We understand they're poor, they're sad and all of that. But now, it's not white people that are going to be suffering when they don't have beds in hospitals. White people are fine. They don't have to deal with them. They're the ones that probably even keep them and treat them like slaves and make them work 10 hours or 15 hours a day and pay them 100 rand. You know, white people are the ones that are benefiting from those Malawians. But look at where they are now, displaced, because they don't have money to go home. Who is not paying them the money? The people that are employing them. So this is exactly what we're saying, that we cannot have a system that glorifies modern day slavery just because we're saying it's black people. It can't be. Because remember, those same white people that you guys are saying we must fight against are the same white people. They come here and they worship and they treat like gods while we're trying to fight them for a minimum wage. How do you think we're going to get the minimum wage if they're the ones going to white people and replacing South Africans as the modern day slaves? It's not going to work. So I feel like it's a one-sided thing where you're thinking that we're fighting you because you're black, but no, you're the one setting us back as South Africans because we're black. Because if you're black and you're coming to go and compete with white people then, so that we can see that you're not fighting with other poor black people. Go and compete with white people. Why not?
In that case, I have to ask, how many black people actually, I'm talking about South Africans, educated South Africans, how many of them actually compete with white people for high-paying jobs, for highly skilled jobs, for professional jobs. How many of them?
You see, the problem...
I'm just going by what you're saying.
No, I'm hearing, but that's a different conversation altogether.
Why is it?
Because these are two different classes that you're comparing.
Okay.
I'm comparing a class of poor people, and you're comparing a middle class of black people.
No, but you're saying
I'm going to go there with the black people who are middle class. Now, the same middle class that you're complaining about are now the same people who are part of March and March. And you know why that is?
Why?
Because South Africans who are hiring are not following labor laws. And what they're doing is we've got a host of unemployed teachers, a host of unemployed doctors, a host of unemployed civic lecturers.
Why is that?
Because the law of the country says that. Because a lot of people, I see them saying that South Africans are lazy, they just want to remove people and that's not what we're saying. We're saying the country has laws, right? And if the law of the country says, before I hire you as a Nigerian, I have to make sure that there's no other South African that is qualified for the job.
Is that the law?
Right? That's the law. That's what the law says. I can send it to you just to verify. Right? That is what the current law of the country says. Currently, that has not been followed. Because in universities, in hospitals, in schools where they're supposed to be lecturers, in formal structures with municipalities and other places, South Africans are not getting jobs because they're given to other foreign nationals without following due process. Currently, even in parliament, there's a huge uproar that you must see, that the parliamentarians have asked how many foreign nationals are in our universities. Because now what happens is, you come in, right, as a Nigerian, you get a good position at a university.
Oh, you mean as a lecturer?
Yes, as a lecturer,
as a professor.
or something.
Yeah, professor.
I think a lecturer is like a senior position, right? As
a
professor, head of department.
A professor, head of department, yes.
So you head that department, and naturally, the next thing you start doing is recruiting other Nigerians to come to the university that you're working at without following due process. So this is now an inquiry in parliament currently going on, because a lot of universities are hiring lecturers who are foreign nationals in a way that they shouldn't be hiring them, because there are South Africans who are qualified. So I want you to understand that there's a fight here at the lower level of things. There's a fight even in the middle class, where South Africans are saying now we're being wiped out of our own jobs, for our own job securities. We're not saying we're not qualified. We're not saying give us those jobs because we're South Africans and but give us those jobs because we qualify. You can't go to another country and look for someone.
So are you saying that there's a practice of discrimination against South Africans, or is it that the jobs? Because I find
why it's so difficult for you to believe. And I understand why a lot of people look at South Africans as crazy people.
No, I don't actually.
No, trust me, I understand.
I actually don't.
I'm saying I understand if you look at us as crazy
Well,
people,
I actually don't.
Because it's crazy that we're in this situation. It's actually ridiculous that we have to fight for something that's in the law and it's supposed to be followed as per the law, but it's not.
But what I find hard to understand is that you are saying that if a head of department, an HOD, is hired for a university anyway, and they tend to hire a foreigner, that's what you're saying, right? And if they hire a foreigner, a non-South African, that non-South African then hires non-South Africans, perhaps from the same country or otherwise.
Zimbabweans do that a lot.
Right. So, but here's the thing though. The head of department is not the head of the university.
They are, some of them. I'm trying to show you.
Remember,
you can be head of department, but you also can be have another Zimbabwean in HR. I'm trying to find you this thing so that you don't think I'm creating stories and whatnot.
It's not, I don't think it's that people are looking at South Africans as crazy. Certainly, I think you will find that most people would understand if, look, you are saying to government, we have a crisis in our hands of, our porous borders which are not being manned.